Right, good morning. I'm Florence Okakwu. Okay, I'm presenting this morning on nurses' roles in prevention and control of neonatal sepsis. Through the use of essential newborn care packages in Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Shika, Zaria, Nigeria. Neonatal sepsis is the single largest contributor to global neonatal mortality and morbidity in Africa and Nigeria. Neonatal health programs such as the Essential Newborn Care Package focus on preventive and curative care for the reduction of neonatal sepsis. Despite early success, inconsistencies in the global reduction of child mortality are hampering further reduction. This study is aimed at evaluating the effectiveness of essential newborn care packages in the special care baby unit and delivery suite of the hospital Shika Zaria as a result of increasing challenges posed by neonatal sepsis to the health of the neonate, hence the need for updating knowledge. Principles from the methodologies of the systematic literature data was also collected from the various cadres of nursing professionals with the use of questionnaires, data from past records of neonates with neonatal sepsis and verbal interview of some mothers with neonates admitted with sepsis were also collected. Findings elicited from the findings were analyzed. The main key findings as barrier for the uptake of interventions include in the essential newborn care packages were access, skills, and health-seeking behaviors. Recommendation for future practice development of nursing practice requires search to identify and evaluate sociocultural, environmental, and behavioral variables which influence neonatal health for the development of operational strategies. Emphasis also of cultural influence on health. Although the essential newborn care package is recognized as having had some impact on reducing neonatal sepsis, but some health-seeking behavior impact on its effectiveness. According to the neonatal and perinatal database, the reported incidence of neonatal sepsis among intramural-born neonates is 3.8%, accounting for 23% of total intramural neonatal death. Comparison of confirmed cases of neonatal sepsis from industrialized nations suggests a greater frequency of infection among intramural-born neonates. However, Zaidin et al. 2000 argued this reflects a higher proportion of neonates less commonly resuscitated in developing nations, thus supporting the higher rate of infection for intramural-born neonates in the United Kingdom and compared to Africa. Neonatal health programs such as the Essential Newborn Care Package focuses on preventive and curative care for the reduction of neonatal sepsis. However, neonates continue to die as a consequence of sepsis, many of which deaths are preventable given the general problem associated with pregnancy from the point of conception to delivery. The added burden occasioned by neonatal sepsis or neonates can result in emotional and psychological trauma to the parents. Similarly, the goal of the United Nations towards achieving two-thirds reduction in the neonatal mortality will not be achieved if the causes of neonatal sepsis are not adequately addressed. For this to happen, there must be an adequate measure put in place. This critical research work examines the role of nurses in evaluating the effectiveness of these essential newborn care packages, which is aimed at preventing neonatal death. What is the purpose of this study? Given the additional and general problem as earlier stated, from the point of conception to delivery, the additional burden which is occasioned by neonatal and psychological trauma to the parents. Similarly, the goal of the United Nations towards achieving this two-thirds reduction in neonatal mortality will not be achieved if the causes of the neonatal sepsis are not adequately addressed. For this to happen, thus, there must be adequate measure put in place to address the neonatal sepsis, hence the need for this research work. The purpose, therefore, the research work was guided by 4 objectives, which include the role of nurses towards the implementation of essential newborn care package, factors that militate against the effective implementation of essential newborn care packages, to eliminate or reduce neonatal sepsis through the intervention aimed at reducing sepsis related to neonatal death. Methodology of the research. A descriptive survey research was used. This involves a systematic collection of numeric data through questionnaires and interview and past records. The variables were described and conclusions were made. The target population used were nurses and midwives in special care baby unit, that is the SCBU, and delivery suite, irrespective of age, and some parents in SCBU, a total of 30 out of 65. Sample techniques. The study utilizes a random sampling technique. Availability method. Information was obtained from the staff and parents present at the time of questionnaire distribution at the SCBU and delivery suite at Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, Shika, Zaria, in Nigeria. Instrument for data collection. Data used for this research were obtained from past records at the SCBU unit on the newborn with neonatal sepsis, published books, internet, and other literature. Structured questionnaire. This instrument was designed to find or evaluate the effectiveness of the essential newborn care packages in control of neonatal sepsis. Instrument for data collection. The questionnaire was also divided into 2 parts. The first part consisting of the personal data. The second part consists of 27 items contained in 4 sections, A to E. Closed-ended questions of open-ended questions where the respondent was expected to make a choice. Interview method. Verbal interview was also carried out based on question asked. Data was also collected. Validity and reliability of the instrument. Record which data was obtained at those kept officially by the hospitals. All books and journals used were also published and are not more than 10 years old. Information gotten from the internet was also from reliable internet. Number of participants, as I said earlier, I used 30 out of the 65 nurses in the target population. The target population were nurses and midwives in special care baby units and delivery suite, irrespective of age. Then in carrying out this research work, I had some limitations, which include, in the course of this research work, I was faced with challenges, among which were the time and funds. Also, the security challenge also made so many mothers not to agree to be interviewed for fear of insecurity in the town in Zaria. Sample technique. The study utilized a random sampling technique, which I have earlier stated. Availability method. Information was obtained from the staff and parents present at the time of questionnaire distribution at the SCBU and delivery suite at Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital. In taking out this research, there were some ethical considerations that were which includes all data or information that were used or gotten with due consent of the various heads of the department. All personnel information the researcher may have come across from past records were handled with strict confidentiality. The intent of the research was limited purely to academic purposes. Consent is also voluntary from the parent. No name of patient was also included in this research work. From the data here, it shows that 80% of the mothers delivered their babies at home, why 10% delivered in traditional birth attendance place, and also 10% delivered in the hospital. This is a pie chart. The pie chart above shows that 80%, which is 288 mothers, deliver at home, with 10% of the mothers delivered at traditional birth attendance place, which I've earlier stated, and the remaining 10% delivered in the hospital. Discussion of the results and findings. From the findings, revealed that majority of the respondents, 100%, believe that essential newborn care package is a routine activities of the infection control, including hand hygiene, aseptic technique, disinfection, and sterilization of equipment. None of the respondents believe that it involved delegation of activities towards attendants. Neither do they believe it's coming late to work or attending clinical meetings. From the data collected, it shows that all respondents understand the concept of essential newborn care packages. This finding is in agreement with Zeman 2007 in its findings of measures to reduce infection-related neonatal health are based on preventive and effective management of infection within existing health systems. My major findings, therefore, the major findings of the study were as follows. 1. There was a considerably high level of awareness of the essential newborn care package among nurses in the SCBU and delivery suites, but no effective implementation of the package. During the verbal interview, it was also found out that some mothers with neonates with sepsis deliver their babies in the community setting instead of the hospital because of the high regard they hold for culture and belief. It was also found out that majority of these women in the community do not have access to nursing services in their community. Also, it was also observed that majority of the admitted cases of neonatal sepsis were vet in the community before arrival to the hospital. This research found out that culture holds a high place in neonatal sepsis, as most of the children present late to the hospital after many trial and fail herbal and traditional method of care do not work. Implication to practice. What are the implications of this research to practice? Health promotion has been defined as a process enabling people to improve health through a combination of educational and environmental activities that emphasize social and personal considerations, the overriding aim of which is to promote positive behavioral change.
So that we can able to see
behavior has, however, been demonstrated to be dependent upon health belief models. Yes. All right. Therefore, it is necessary to consider health system as part of health education and programming. Implication to practice. The lessons learned here is separability from one cultural context to another. Health belief system has been demonstrated in this research work to be retained within this transient cultural society. Subsequently, non-dominant health system belief systems are acknowledged to exist. Synergetically, within dominant health belief system, this belief system preserved within the Shika community and its effects in relation to a neonatal care and their dominant health belief system. In summary, the study was carried out in SCBU and delivery suite of the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital in Zaria. The study adopted a systematic, verbal, and historical approach where data was collected from various cadres of nursing professionals, mothers, and past official records of the unit. The total number of professionals used as respondents were 30, while the total number of mothers interviewed with the structured interview were 10. In conclusion, the questionnaire was developed by the researcher based on the literature review. The study was attempted to find out nurses' roles and the effectiveness of the essential newborn care packages. Although the nurses are aware of the package, but lack of adequate manpower affects its effective implementation. It also found that health-seeking behavior of parents was also one of the major causes of the neonatal sepsis. Therefore, the need for nurses to be encouraged for community care to help reduce neonatal sepsis among neonates in the community. Also, hospitals should encourage more trainings of pediatric nurses who will help combat neonatal sepsis.